Hello friends, welcome to my channel Math Sparks. Today we are going to have a complete knowledge on geometry. The different topics that we'll cover in this video are point, ray, line and line segment, rays and angle, type of lines, circle, its radius, diameter, curves and polygons, and some exercises on geometry. So let's begin. First, let us know what is a point. Point is a basic unit of geometry. It is represented by a dot. It is used to tell the exact location in space. It does not have any length, width or height. It is written with a capital letter. We read point A and we write as dot A. Now let us see what is example of point. Location of address on a map is a point. Okay. Now let's move on to what is a line segment. Line segment is a straight path between two points. It is the shortest distance between two points. Okay, it is the shortest distance between 2 points. Now, example of line segment can be straight path. Straight path that we move. Okay. Now we read line segment as line segment AB. Here, this is an example of line segment where this is a straight path and there are 2 points. Okay. Now we write line segment as this way. AB and this way, or any other line. Suppose there is a line DE, line segment DE, then we'll write it as DE and a line above. Okay. Now, example of line segment can also be a edge of ruler. Edge of ruler is also an example of line segment. Now, let's move on to another page. We will know what is a line. A line is a set of points which extends forever in opposite direction. Okay. Now, let us see what is the example. This is a line segment. Okay. Sorry, this is a line, not a segment. This is a line. Now we read it as line G edge or line edge, and we write G edge or edge G. Okay. Now here let's move on to some exercise so that we get a clear idea regarding line and line segment. Okay. In this particular figure, whether it's a line or a line segment, it's none, because it's neither a line nor a line segment. Okay, so this is wrong. Now what is this? This is a line segment. This number B is line segment. And the third one is, it is a line. Number 4, this is nothing. Hope you are clear with what is a line and what is a line segment. If you have any doubts regarding line or line segment, you can just keep your questions in the comment section. Now, let's move on to the other section, which is rays and angles. What is a ray? A ray is a part of line possessing starting point and goes on forever in one direction. It cannot be measured. Now this is a example of ray. Okay. Now we will read it as ray G edge. Okay. And we will write it as ray G edge. Okay. Now example of rays will be sun rays and flashlight. This can be an example of rays. Hope you have understood what is ray. Now let us move on to the definition of angle. Two rays possessing common end point is called an angle. Okay. Now here, for example, this are two lines. Okay. Now here an angle is being formed, angle A. So two lines which meets at a common point, it is known as vertex. And these two are arms of this angle. Arms of this angle. Okay. This both are arms of the angle. Now, how do we read this angle? We read it as angle A, and we write it as angle A, or you can write it as angle CAB or angle BAC. Okay. Now we'll understand what is interior and exterior of angle. Okay. Now shaded portion is interior of angle. Suppose we shade this portion. If we shade this portion, then the interior part is the interior part is the interior of angle. Okay, shaded portion is the interior of angle. For example, CAB, this is the interior of angle. Now what is exterior of an angle? Any point outside the shaded part will be the exterior of angle. For example, this E, this lies at the outer side of the angle, so it is the exterior of an angle. Hope you are clear with this part. Okay. Now let us move on to the exercise. Here the question is, how many angles can you form here? Okay. How many angles? Okay. First, one angle. Then again, you can make is 2 angle, 3 angle. Then smaller one, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. So in total, we can make 6 angles. Okay. Hope you are clear with this. Now let us know, how do we measure angles? You can measure angles in degrees using the protractor. It is to note that angle is measured in degrees. Okay. How do we write degrees? Suppose it is 90. degree, then degree is written in this form. Okay, 90, we read it as 90 degree. Okay. Now, types of angles. For a complete note on types of angle, kindly refer to my previous videos. I will just attach the video in this particular video itself. Okay, you can have a complete note on types of angle in my previous videos. That is why I have not explained it out here. Types of lines. Types of lines. Now next part is types of lines. There are 1, 2 and 3 types of lines, namely intersecting lines, perpendicular lines and parallel lines. Now let us understand what is intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are lines that meet across at common points. These are two lines which are meeting at common points. So these are known as intersecting lines. Here we see that line AB and line DC are meeting at a common point known as point E. So it is known as intersecting lines. Now what is a perpendicular line? The intersecting lines that form four angles. In fact, four right angles. They are known as perpendicular lines. Here we see that CD and AB are intersecting at one point, that is F, and they are forming four right angles. Okay, so it is known as perpendicular line. Now we will write this as CD is perpendicular to AB. You can also write them as line CD is perpendicular. This is the sign of perpendicular to line AB. Okay. Now let's know what is a parallel line. Parallel lines are lines in same plane that never intersects. Okay, these parallel lines, they do not intersect each other. Now here we see that these two are lines. They are parallel to one another, but they do not intersect. And we can write parallel lines as line AB is parallel to line CD, or we can read as line AB is parallel to line CD. So the signal of writing parallel line is this. Okay, this is a symbol of parallel lines. Hope you all are clear regarding lines. Now the next part is circle. What is a circle? The middle point is called the center. In this circle, the middle point is the center. Okay, middle point is called the center. Here, O is the center of the circle. Now, what is a diameter? The line segment passing through center and has both endpoints on circle is a diameter. Now, what is a diameter? See, this line which is passing through the center of the circle and has both endpoints, this is known as the diameter. This line has divided the circle into two equal parts, okay, which is known as semicircle. A diameter divides the circle into two equal parts known as semicircle, okay. Now there can be as many diameters in a circle. Suppose here you can draw the diameter here, you can draw the diameter in this way. So there can be many diameters of a circle. Now let's understand what is radius of a circle. Line segment with endpoints at center of the circle and on circle is called radius. See, in this example, we see that this is a circle with center O. So, this line which starts from the center of the circle and touches the edge of the circle, This is known as radius. Okay, this is a line segment which has endpoint at the center of the circle and on the circle. Okay, there it is at the center of the circle and one point is touching at the that particular circle itself. So this is known as radius. Now we know that diameter is equal to 2 into radius. This is the formula for calculating the diameter. Similarly, you can also calculate the radius from the formula given here. Half of diameter. Half of diameter is radius. Now circumference. Circumference, it is the perimeter of the circle. Now what is circumference? Circumference is this way. See, this area of the circle, this is the circumference of the circle. The perimeter of the circle is known as the circumference of the circle. Length of the circle, this is the length of the circle. Okay, length of its the circle is known as the circumference of the circle. Now you must know that all the points in the circle are equidistant from the center. All the points are equidistant from the center. From here to here it will be the same length. From here to here it will be the same length. From this point to the circle it will be of same length. So you must know that all points on circle are equidistant from the center. Now let us know what are curve and polygon. A curve that does not cross itself is a simple curve. Okay, a curve which does not cross itself is a simple curve. Now, or a curve. Now, two types of simple curve. There are two types of simple curve. One is open curve and the other is closed curve. In case of open curve, curves which do not end where they start. For example, bridge. This is a curve which has no ending from where it has started. Okay, but in closed curve which ends where they start. Suppose this curve had started from this place, it has end in this place itself. So this is a closed curve. Okay, now example of open curve, you can see this one and this figure. This is our open curve, but the closed curve, they will end wherever they had started. Now let's move on to polygons. Polygons are simple and closed curves that are made of only straight line segment. These are the examples of some polygons. Okay. Now in this figure there are three figures given. Now you have to determine which one is a polygon. Here you see that it is a simple curve, it has a closed curve and it is made of only one line segment. So this is a polygon. Okay, but this one is not a polygon. Okay, because it is not made up of only one line segment. It is a simple curve and it is a closed curve, but it is not made of only one line segment. So this is not a polygon. Okay, but and this one is also not a polygon because it is a simple curve, but it does not have any closed curve. Okay, it does not have any, this figure does not has closed curve and it is not, and it is made of only one line segment. This is true, but for this one, this figure, this particular statement is not true, so it is not a polygon. Now there are different types of polygons. They are three-sided polygon, which is known as triangle, four-sided polygon, which is known as quadrilateral, five-sided is pentagon, six-sided is hexagon, seven-sided is septagon, eight-sided is octagon, nine-sided is nonagon, and 10-sided is decagon. Okay, hope you have loved this particular chapter and I just hope that you had a clear idea on geometry. Thanks for watching and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Mathsparks.